guys, Becky here. And I don't have any mail to share tonight. I opened that, yesterday. So the first thing we're going to do is I reviewed last week's chat and I pulled out several of the border suggestions that y'all had made. So what I'm going to do is whatever comes to my mind as I'm reading what you typed, that's what I'm going to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the border idea as I wrote it down, as it was typed in the chat. And before I start drawing, I want you guys to kind of visualize what you think that might look like, and then see if I come up with the same kind of idea, that if our minds are the same. And if you're in my group and you do the borders tonight, I would love to see them. This was my borders last week. Let me get you the borders that Janet did. Janet came up with some on her own, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my journal. I'm going to put Janet's name on it, and I'm going to put it back to back on mine here. So I'll always have it. So I'd love to see you guys, whatever sketches you come up with, that'd be awesome. So as you're looking at these, Janet did the black and white border, and she did the flowers, she did the wavy words, and then see, she visualized the circles differently than I did. So that's what I mean. When I read a prompt off, I want to see the differences like this. And I think if we share them in a group too, then everybody will have them. So Janet's got her picture here. I'm going to scan this one and put it in the group in the file section. If Janet doesn't mind, I'll try to get hers in the file section too, so that you guys can print off these borders to use later. All right. And then I made donuts like this, and Janet's donuts are a little bit more round. Mine are kind of, they must have had a little bit narrow pan to let the donuts rise on mine. And I'm going to tell everybody hi in just a minute. My hearts are little bubbly hearts, and hers are more narrow at the top. So see the little differences. She put more hashtags and dots than I had, and her leaves are about the same as mine. And then she went on and she did 3 more borders. So there's an additional bonus 3 borders thanks to Janet. So you guys thank Janet for those. And I'll try to get her picture and my scan all in the same place in the group. Okay? So let me look back here. I was talking with Mary Hill, and I got my ice water, and I'm ready to go. So hi, Giovanna. Hi, Mindy. Mindy, thank you so much for the Poscas. I opened them yesterday, I think it was. Janet is here. And I knew I saw Vicky. Hey, Vicky. And Vicky, I was absolutely fascinated yesterday in your watercolor lesson that you did, where you took the red, yellow, and blue, and you developed it into skin tones. I thought that was amazing. Everybody go watch Vicky's live from yesterday. You'll learn a lot. Hey, Dawn Boss, how are you? And there's our winner, Sharon Lombard. Sharon, the package went today, and I sent it the most inexpensive way. So they said by next Wednesday you should have it. And Barb Filion, hello. And Christy, your card went today, and so did Violet's. And Mary's. I sent Mary's doodle card off to her today. And let's see, did I miss anybody else? I hope I didn't. Kendra, hey Kendra. So let's do our borders. And I'm going to keep this, so I'm going to put it somewhere. I'll put it in the back of the binder because if I set it down somewhere, I will lose it. And I want to get all of these in there. I have already put my wax paper in because you see how it goes through. And this is a cheap sketch pad I got at the thrift store. So the first border, I should date these too. Today is July 10th. I'll just put July 10th. And I went to Walmart this morning and got some more Pen Plus Gear permanent markers. So I have some with a nice point on them today. 2019. Okay. So the first border that I wrote down, okay, this one was from Cheryl. And she said a swirl with candy. So I'm trying to think of what she might mean by that. And I'd be very interested to see what you guys come up with when you hear a swirl with candy. So what I'm going to do is do swirls and put candy wrappers around them. Does that make sense? And I've got to turn it so I can draw. And somebody's binging me. Let me see who that is really quick. It's just in Instagram. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my swirls. Just do a row of swirls. And I'm not sure if this is what Cheryl meant. Give myself a little bit more space in between. It's so much easier to get your spacing right if you can get it closer to you when you're doing something with lines, at least I find. And then what I'm going to do is try to make it look like this is a wrapper. And I don't know if this is what she had in mind, but this is what I thought of. Kind of make it look like the wrapper goes around it. And then so I don't know if that's what she had in mind or not. Hi, Holly. Hi. Hi, Cherry Bee. So this is what I visualized. This paper is really it's perfect for something like this. It's not anything I would use and call fine art because the pen's going all out on it and it's acting all weird. It reminds me of the manila paper we used in elementary school. That's exactly what this stuff is. So I'll see what you guys come up with. I wasn't real sure when I read that when I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but hi, Mina. I figured, it can't be totally wrong. It's just one visualization of the idea. So, and I'm sure you guys will come up with a variety of other ways to do this. Maybe she meant a swirly line. I don't know, that's connected, do swirls and then do candies around it. But that's what I had come to my mind. So that was that one. Now let's see who's came next. And I need to check these off. So I'm going to check them off with a different color. All right. The next one I wrote down was from Kathy. And she said, hanging stars from a string. Now we did hearts yesterday, not yesterday, last week. So we can do stars this time. And I'm just going to do stars like that. Oh, well, going the wrong way, Becky. I haven't done stars by hand in a long time. Can you tell? That one's got issues. Whoops. This marker's really bleeding out. If you wanted these perfect, I would use something besides this felt tip permanent marker, maybe just an ink pen or better paper. But I mean, I only paid $1.89, I think, for these pads of paper at the thrift store. And for gathering just ideas, I thought it would be perfect. And once I finish this last star, I'll look at chat and see if there's any ideas popping up. It just dropped 2 degrees. Since I told Mary Hill it was 90, it's now 88. Hi, Rosa. Yeah, but you know what? We're complaining that it's hot, but this has been a mild summer for us. We haven't had heat indexes in like 114, 115 yet this year, knock on wood. So I'd be interested, remember, if you're doing the borders, I'd love to see them. Okay, Holly. Holly had a border next. And she said barbed wire. Now, it's been a long time since I strung barbed wire, but I ran into it enough on my toboggan that I know what it looks like. I just can't remember exactly what it looks like. So would you do, is it a dual strand? I can't remember. Or is it just a straight line and then put the barbs on it like that? I don't know if that's what Holly meant or not, but it's the prompt I wrote down, and these are way too close. Barbed wire, they're not that close together. Because I had also, I don't know if the main part of it's a twisted wire. This is fine. Okay, so barbed wire. You know what I ought to do is write. Let me see if I can find just a regular black pen. Here we go. This one, swirls with candy. Is that what it was? Swirls with candy with Cheryl. Swirls with candy with Cheryl. And then hanging stars with Kathy. And then barbed wire was Holly, who's trying to avoid the orange PJs. I was laughing about that yesterday when y'all were talking about that in Tanya and Lisa's live. All right. The third one was also from Cheryl, and she said a vine of hearts. So I would assume and you would do kind of a vining shape like we did for the leaves, but instead of leaves, put hearts. Hi, Lisa. So if I do kind of a viney vine, then we could just do maybe do another swirl on this. I'm not sure if this is what she meant or not, but this is what I interpreted it to mean. And I guess you could put oh well, I used my aqua pen, and that was from Cheryl. I can go anywhere. Yeah, I'm all plugged in, so it must be on y'all's end. All right. Sharon gave the prompt, not prompt, but idea of leaves. That was it. And then Anne had said a long vine and then add leaves. And we kind of did that not yesterday. Last week we had a vine with leaves. Hey, Jersey Crafter. So I was thinking of instead of having a vine, since we kind of did a vine last week, is if we just did maybe some leaves together. I'm not sure if that's what she meant or not. But it looks kind of neat. It's really bothering me that this is oozing out in the paper, but I can't do anything about it. It's the ink on the paper. So, and these leaves aren't the greatest I've ever sketched, but I'm trying to do this quickly. So when you try to speed things up, sometimes it just doesn't work out very well. So I'm sorry if they're not perfect, but I'm just sharing border ideas. So they're not meant to be 100% perfect. And they'd look cuter if we took the time to color them in, but that's not the exercise. It's to do sketchy borders. So give me my black pen back here. And that one was kind of from Sharon and Anne. This thing is acting weird. Leaves on vine. Sharon and Anne. Okay. All right. This one was from Sharon too, and she said just do stripes. So what you could do is just do stripes up and down, I guess, or at a diagonal. So how do we want to do them? Straight up and down or diagonal? I thought a diagonal border could be interesting. This time I'm kind of glad I've got wax paper in there. When these things are brand new, they're very juicy. And it was 88 cents for 2 markers at Walmart. I'll look at chat here in just a minute. Okay. All right. How about buttons? Okay. I've got enough to fill the sheet in, so I'll add that to the list to do next time. This kind of thing you can practice when you're sitting waiting in a doctor's office or something. Just grab you a little piece out, draw you some guidelines, and then just start doodling between the lines and you've made a border. I think I'm going to be glad I really have that wax paper in there today. And if you wanted it to, end perfectly, you could always mask off your border area and then pull the masking tape away and you'd have, a perfectly straight line. I'm not really worried about that because this is meant to be something quick we do at the beginning of our session here. And I'm just going to do 8 each week. I think we counted out that there'd be 8 little borders. At least I think that's what I counted last week. But so you could think about your stripes going in any way. If you wanted to do like straight lines all the way around and you did this, that could look really cool too, because you could do black, white, and do that way, or you can do straight up and down or at an angle or at a back angle. Hi, Linda Marill. Hi, Susan. All right, so that was, who did I say gave that one? Sharon. So I'm just going to put stripes. So we've done stripes because you can change the stripes any old way you want them. All right, so let me, I'll start another page for next time, border ideas. And Janet just gave me buttons. So what I do is I put the prompt buttons, and then I'll put Janet. So I can give credit next time. All right. So we need to do 2 more. Janet, this one came from you, and I wasn't really sure. it said dots in every other one. So I'm going to turn back to this. Do you remember what you wanted me to put dots in every other one? Was it the first one, the second one, maybe in this? I wasn't sure what you meant. Maybe you and I can figure that out and we'll do it next time. How about that? All right, then Teresa, she gave me a whole bunch all at once. She said lights, Christmas lights, candle lights, or birthday lights. So what I'm going to do is do birthday candles. So I'm just going to check that I'm doing 12, and then I'll make a note in here. Because candles are nothing but rectangles with a flame stuck on top in the circle donut. Okay. All right. So birthday candles, and these, I would just do them as plain little rectangles and vary the sizes. And then you could, if you did it with a black pen, then you could come in and color the insides with the colors from the child's birthday party. That could be cool. And I'll show you how I do flames. And again, just sketchy, not meant to be perfect. This is something you're going to add quickly in a prompt session. So what I do is I start at the top here and I'll curve down and then make us like that. And then I just add a little on that side. So just do like you're doing the curve of a lady's body, and then do like you're going to do the top of one of a quote. And that's how I just do candle bits. A backwards S would be another way to think about it. Do a backwards S and then part of a semicolon. And you've got like a little flame bit. And if you added color, you could put a red dot in the center of the flame and put yellow on the outside of it. Chat's moving fast again. I'm going to have to stop and read. All right. Hi, Lori Loves Montana. Hi, Ruth. So that's the birthday candles. And I said that was from Teresa. She said birthday lights, but I'm going to put birthday candles and give her credit for it, because I kind of combined some of her things. Teresa. Okay. And then I'll do some of these other ones of hers next time. All right. And then Ruth said wavy lines with flowers or grapes. Wavy lines with flowers or grapes. And this will be our last little border for tonight. So if you do a wavy line, and grapes are nothing but circles stacked up on top of each other. And you could add little leaves to it too. Some of these I might have to do a little better with a finer tipped thing, but Boy, that one was loaded down, wasn't it? I remember in middle school, we were using pastels for the very first time, and I did a whole picture I did one of grapes with the pastels, and then I did one of lilacs, and they turned out really nice. Of course, that was a lifetime ago. So my grapes aren't perfect, but I'm trying, and I'm hoping they're close. This pen is supposed to be fine tip, but I don't think it's fine enough for this. Flowers might have been my better choice on this one, but that's okay. All right. Here. Everybody's saying hi to everybody else. That's great. And I went on Pinterest and I started a board on borders, and I've been trying to collect things on there too. But if you wanted to, grape leaves look kind of almost like a heart, but then they've got those little jaggedy edges, and it's going to be hard to do something like that with this pen. But you could add leaves too. And they have a lot more leaves than they do grapes. So I would add more leaves. And that was I'm just going to write grapevine and put Ruth. There I go, using the wrong pen again. So there's our 8. So that makes 16 different borders, plus the ones that Janet did and I shared. Here's Janet's from last week. I asked her if I could print it off. Yep, I want you to share your pictures so I can see the differences. Because and to see if you expand on it like Janet did, and she added these 3 here. And if we put them on the group, even if we have an album, if I start an album with doodle borders, then y'all can at least go and look at them. And I'm going to put, if I put a dot in every other one of the donuts, I'll do it on half of this row. This is what Janet was saying. It gives it a different look. If I put a dot in the center of every other one, it gives you another border that you can do. Okay? So I'll put Janet's in there. I'm going to leave that wax paper in there because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it. Let's see how bad it bled. Yeah. It went through pretty good. That's the back side of the paper. So I think these are going to be a lot of fun, and I think we can come up with some really neat ones. And we'll end up with several pages. I thought of only doing these for the month of July, and then we'll do something else. Okay? Christy, all you got to do is keep trying. As long as you keep trying and keep practicing, it's like Vicki said yesterday. She's still learning. We're still learning. You know, it doesn't matter what age you are. As long as you're willing to keep learning, that's what matters. So, Mary did the most adorable rubber stamp last night. I am not going to carve a rubber stamp because I've lost some of my tips. I only have the real narrow one, and that'll never work. But I thought, let's create a list together of, hi Violet, of paper doll ideas. And I'll tell you the ones I've already written down. Paper doll ideas. Dolls strictly made of punched shapes. So what you would do is go into your collection of punches, however many you have, and see if you can make a little paper doll out of just the punches. Because if we could just punch out like the manila folder pieces and then punch out some painty paper for the dresses and just put it on top, like heart-shaped punches would make an adorable dolly, along with some circle punches or your flower punches. So keep that in mind. Oh, it's getting hot in here. The sun sets and it shines right at the house at this time. So y'all are going to have to listen to the air conditioner. All right. So that was one of my ideas. And then I thought, what if we did tiny shadow dolls and then laminated them to make tags or charms? So if you think about those yard cutouts that are just painted black, that's what I'm visualizing. And then if we only made them tiny, if we put them through a laminator, a whole sheet of them, then you could cut them out into tag shapes or punch circles around the little dollies. And then you could put a hole in them and string them and tie them to your journal, or they'd make a great addition to the clear journals some of y'all are doing. Because if you use black cardstock and you're just cutting out a shape, I thought that would be adorable. And then the last thing I had already written down is to try to do a jointed paper doll. Now, Shell C has done some adorable jointed paper dolls. If you've not watched some of her paper doll videos, you should. And there's some other ladies that do the jointed paper dolls. And what you do is you put them together with tiny brads. Giovanna said her doll would be a snowman. I only have a circle punch. Well, that almost sounds like a challenge. Let's do circle dolls. I'll put circle dolls down here and I'll work on it. And when I get one figured out perfectly, I'll come and help you. You do not have a laminator. Well, if you had 2 pieces of recycled plastic from a packaging and you just put a tiny little dot on the back of your doll and then just stuck it kind of toward the center of whatever shape you come up with, whether you want a little tag shape or a square or a circle, cut out 2 pieces that are exactly the same of the plastic, put a little dot of some kind of glue, it wouldn't have to be much, and just kind of put it on the back of the head of the doll and stick it on one piece of that plastic that you've cut the shape out, and then you could lay it on top of each other and tape around the edges to kind of seal the 2 together, and you could do that. And Susan's saying you can iron cling wrap onto them if you don't have a laminator. Just make sure you have something between your iron and the cling wrap. And I'll work on the circle doll for next time. I'm going to put a big old star over here and Giovanna's name. And if you're going to use the cling wrap, parchment paper works. And we'll do that for next Wednesday. I'll come up with a doll doing nothing but circles next Wednesday. And today is the 10th. So do you guys have any other ideas for paper dolls? Yep, the Dalton gang is here again. And Jennifer is probably too young and doesn't know who the Dalton gang is. Oh, Mary says she's finally getting a chance to sit down. That's great. A paper doll swap. I was thinking about just ideas of how to make paper dolls. I saw some paper dolls in the little teeny shop that's on the side of Highway 25, and I almost bought them. They were old remake versions of some really old paper dolls, like Civil War type era type stuff, and I didn't buy them. Paper dolls from postcards. I'll just put from postcards. And I'll put Mary's name by that one. And you can also use magazine people and mount them onto your manila file folders. And if you cut out, arms, legs, bodies, and just mix them up, you could end up with some really fun dolls. Magazine images. Let's see what else. Oh, Tanya's going to start her bead show in a few minutes. Yep. Jennifer, you're going to have to look up the Dalton gang. Wasn't that part of like, what was the name of the movie the Dalton gang was in? I'm thinking it had Don Knotts in it, didn't it? Or I could be thinking of the wrong one. Cheryl said from popsicle sticks. Thank you. Popsicle sticks. I missed that one. I go back and look, because I can go to just this area of the video and look for you guys' ideas. But thank you, Mary. Good luck with your show, Tanya. I hope you sell lots of beads. I understand. The Dalton gang was from the late 1890s, and they were real. So look up history. From old books. Okay, you can come bug us again anytime. Well, I was kind of thinking if we stuck to paper doll ideas. There's some cute little lotion bottles downstairs in the basement that I could turn in. If we just want to say dolls instead of paper dolls, we can do that. I'll put that down here, Violet. We could do bottle dolls, but that's like, to me, that's another whole bag of beans, bottle dolls. The apple dumpling gang. See, that's what I was thinking of, the Dalton gang. Ooh, now Mary's stretching us. She's saying product labels. Lori, we are trying to just come up with some paper doll ideas of things that you could make paper dolls out of and mix it up. You know, I think I've given away, no, I didn't. I've got my dollies. Hang on. I think the dollies live in this binder. Yeah, I see their little hands peeking out. And I finally finished the belly band for it. But I made these dollies. And yeah, Don Knotts was in the Apple Dumpling Gang. Yep. Hi, Diana Warner. Recycled dolls, Mary. And see, Mary's been doing my dollies, but hers look totally different than mine. Hers almost look like real little girls. Mine are just cutesy, big-headed babies. Getting the faces right on them is sometimes tricky, but they were fun to do. Dolls from fabric. That I could definitely do. Dolls from fabric. And see, with that, Mary, we could do our paper dolly base out of the manila folders, but instead of using paper to dress them, we could use fabric and lace and that kind of stuff. So that would be good. And then we could recycle material, recycle stuff to make dolls. Once this page is full, I'm done. So we've got room for 2 more ideas. Did I miss some? And Ruth says she was, so I'm going to put where dolls from fabric, and I'll add yarn here, Susan. And Susan and Ruth. Violet says candy wrappers. See, y'all can do the candy wrappers. I don't have candy wrappers. But that's a good one. Hi, Sherry. Lori, I have a Cricut. It's an old original one. I think I've tried to use it 3 times. It's packed away in a box. In all those boxes I already have packed up for us to move out of our house, which has been 3 years in the making. But I've not been able to get it to work. Did I can't remember if I put the dolly pattern in there. Jelly print dolls. All right. I will go back and get the ones I missed. Page is full, but tomorrow I'll go through and pull the other ones and put it on another piece of paper, and we'll try to work our way through these ideas here. Border ideas for next week. I've started already, so these will be next week's borders. Janet said buttons, and then I want to do another one of Teresa's. So we'll do lights. I'll add lights on here. What else did we miss from last week? And I did the dots in every other one. Let's see. Half circles. That was another one from Janet. I just need 8 for next week. 4. And then log lettering from Cheryl. That one I'm going to have to research. I can visualize it, but was it? It was Sherry, not Cheryl. Sherry. 6, 7, 8. None of this is for a swap. This is just for us to work on together. Oh, yeah, fabric paper doll would be fun to put in our fabric journals. We could make a little pocket for her to live in. That I like that idea. Susan says hearts. We're talking next week's borders, you guys. I need 3 more for next week. Squares within squares. Yes, Holly, you can do a cat or an animal doll. Nobody says you couldn't. All right, Susan said wood grain for next week. Uh-oh, who said square and a square? That was Sherry. I forgot to write your name down, Sherry. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3s and ABCs. 1, 2, 3s and ABCs. All right. And then how about we do some cats? A cat border would be cute. Musical. Arrows. Flying saucers. I'm not getting everybody's name next to these. I'll have to go back and add them. Do you know in South Carolina we have an alien welcome center? Ooh, clothespin dolls. We got Mary going. Now I've done some clothespin dolls where you crochet the little dress. I've done those. Illuminated borders. Mary likes those tricky ones. All right, I'll go back and review. Is everybody ready to do the Dirty Dozen prompt session? I'll put my little book back so I don't get it messed up. I want to get my piece of paper out. And this week, hi, Suze. Did I say hi? Lots of great ideas. I'll go back in and get them, and I'll make sure to get everybody's name attached to the ones they suggested. Dirty Dozen time. Stop. We can talk again next week on more dolls and borders, but I'm going to try to come up with a dolly that's made with just circle punches. I'll practice between now and then. I'm going to pull a piece of this mixed media paper out of here. This is what I do my Dirty Dozen on for the ATCs. You can use mixed media paper or watercolor paper. They're both a good weight for artist trading cards. Oh, dear Mary. Mary's fan fell apart on her. Oh, let me tell you guys. Scott walked into the front door down there at the house, and the glass fell from the top of the storm door down. And he was like, what was that? I said, I don't know. It was over there by you, Greg, and I didn't do it. And it was jammed down. It took all 3 of us to figure out how to get it to go back up. But thankfully, we got it up back into the shelf. So this will be our 4th Dirty Dozen ATC thing. We got Mary going. She's on a doll roll, man. So what I did, I went in the file section and I just printed off all of the prompts we've done thus far. So we don't have to come up with a list. I'm just going to start drawing them. This is every single one, including alternates and all 12 from each time, plus all the alternates from both times. So there are duplicates in here. Like I think hearts is in here a couple times, and I think words is in here a couple times. But I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are too. And I'm going to get me a piece of paper, and I want a different pen than that one. Whoopsie. I'm going to use a purple pen. The air conditioner blew my thing off here. So this is going to be the July 10th DD. So is everybody ready? Who's ready to play? Who's playing today? It's just now going on 8 o'clock, which is perfect. Sharon's playing. Mary's playing. Okay. Yay. Ruth's ready. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull the first one. I don't know what we're going to get because, like I said, it's every prompt in there, and they are very tiny. So I'm going to try to get just one. Oh, I'm thrilled. Okay, add masking tape and remove it after the last prompt. So the first thing you're going to do is put masking tape down. Now, remember, if you want it to come back up kind of easy, put it on your arm first before you stick it to your paper to kind of remove some of the adhesive so that it won't tear your paper. And since this is the first one, we're going to end up with some really cool washi tape. This prompt always makes me wish I had like 1/4-inch masking tape. I do not know if that is a thing you can get or not, but I'd love some 1/4-inch masking tape because that would make perfect washi tape. Add masking tape and remove after the last prompt. Oh, I know what I'll do. I think I'm going to take just pieces of it and remove some of this, and then I'm going to just try to tear it down the middle before I stick it down. And I don't care if it goes kind of odd shaped even. And then stick it down. They can if they want to. Y'all can use washi tape if you would rather. I just like the bonus of having some plain painter's tape or masking tape turned into washi tape for me. And I'm just going to use it in little pieces this time instead of covering the whole thing. And this way I can use narrowing. Yep. Hi, Joan Bell. If you peel it up, you can put it on wax paper, or if you've got some of the clear packaging tape, you can stick it to that, and then you can pull it back off that. You'll have to use, some glue or something to stick it down on your next project, but it works really good. The only thing with this prompt is if we get book pages, we kind of have to be careful not to cover. Don't go over the masking tape because it'll make it hard to pull it back up. But that's been my experience. Okay, that's all I'm going to put on there. Since I have shocking white down here. When you pull this off later at the end and you don't like the shocking white, you can always take a spray and just spray and it'll go right into the white areas. Just a suggestion. It's not a mandatory thing. It's just if you don't like the stark white popping up here and there. That's it. So you guys let me know when somebody's ready. We're on first prompt. All you have to do is stick down some masking tape. I would suggest, removing some of the tackiness on your arm. Got 42 people in here tonight. Welcome, everybody. If you're new, don't be shy. Say hello. We're doing a prompt session that we're going to turn around and chop up into artist trading card backgrounds. And I'm sorry if you hear me swallow, but I've got ice water because it's hot. It's kind of like Beth's prompt game, but we're going to chop it up into ATCs to use later. Thanks, Mary Hill. Beth does her games a little different than I do, and Lisa, we all have a kind of a different little spin on it. I try to at the beginning. See, I started at 7 o'clock Eastern, and I try to do something at the beginning. Like today we did our borders. We did 8 borders at the beginning, and then we did a list of paper doll ideas or handmade doll ideas. And then we do this prompt session, and if time allows, I might pull out some circle punches and see if we can create a dolly. Okay? Okay, I've got some readies, so I'm going to pull the next one here. We always change these things up. I think I've got just one here. All right. All right, use markers. Prompt 2 is use markers. And that can be any kind of marker that you have that you want to use. I think I'm going to use that new marker I just had in my hand that I put up. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'm just going to do some lines. And remember, I'm trying to get this prompt to kind of go over every area so that the prompt will show up on every ATC when I cut this up into ATCs. So that's why I'm turning the paper. Yeah, tonight we're just using all of the prompts that we used. We're not going to use all of them. We're going to use 12 prompts. But I've printed off all of the prompts we've used in the last 3 Dirty Dozen sessions. So there are duplicates in here, so you might see markers pop back up. I also have some, let me show you. For anybody that's new, let's see if I can remember what I did with them. At one time, I did these. I made dice, and I might do these again. And what I would do is they're numbered 1 through 54, I think. Yeah, and I would just go like that, and then I would have a list of prompts, and whatever these numbers are, those are stuck together. These are the prompts we would do. We might put them in order that I threw them out. So like 4, 12, 17, 22, 30, 32, 41, 45, and 54. And we would do those prompts. We haven't done that in a while. But these were dollar store playing blocks, and I just did mixed media on them and turned them into my own little prompt game cards. I have my kitty cat cards with prompts on them that I made up. I have prompt cards that I got from you guys when I did a challenge one time, and everybody sent me 2 prompt cards, and I would keep one, and I sent one to my winner. But what ended up happening is, because each person sent me in 2 different prompts, I went ahead and I made another set for the prompts that I was going to keep. So I had a full set, and my winner got a full set of prompt cards. So that was a lot of fun. And she got cards that I had made, a bunch of cards I made, but she got one from everybody that entered too. So it was a lot of fun. Thanks, Janet. You guys just let me know when you're ready and I'll move on. I also have just some popsicle sticks numbered 1 through 12. And sometimes I'll just have you guys give me 12 prompts, and then we'll pull the sticks to get the number that we're going to do. We've done that. We do this all different ways just to mix it up. I don't want something to get mundane and repetitive. All right, I've got a bunch of readies. Okay, now remember what I just said about if we have to add book page, because this is add a book page. When you're adhering your book page down, try to avoid your masking tape for the ease of the removal, because the masking tape pieces come off at the end. Because that was prompt 1, add masking tape and then remove it after your last prompt. So add a book page. I've got to get that. And my glue brush is in the kitchen. So I'll be right back. It's not like I have far to go. This house is like 700 square feet. So I'll be right back. You can do torn book page, you can cut shapes, you can punch shapes, however you want to add your book page. You're all right, baby. All right, why is Holly going da, 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 da? Hi, Cheryl. Okay, Barb, I'm going to make sure I get them into the description box at the end. And again, I'll add them to the Dirty Dozen list in the group too, and I'll put the date on them so you know which ones to do. I'm not going to need all this, but there we go. Whoops. These cats know when I'm busy. Hopefully the Mod Podge won't hold my tape down either. I'm trying to be careful not to get it on. Don't want to glue the tape all the way down. I just watched that Mary Poppins. It came on Netflix. You know, that remake, the second one that just was out not too long ago. It's on Netflix now, so I just watched it. It was cute, and I love that Dick Van Dyke was in it. Oops. wanting to use every piece of this, but I'm not going to have room for it. Just because you tore it up doesn't mean you have to use every bit of it. Says me to me. All right. Are y'all cracking everybody up again? One piece over here. I think I'm gonna be happy with what I've got here. I think I'm gonna stop after this one. So I'll be ready here in just a sec. And look and see what you guys are giggling and carrying on about here. My goodness. Now play nice, Holly, or you're going to get put in timeout. Mary knows how to put you in timeout. Mary, you might have to. She's misbehaving. Thanks, Barb. Hi, Journey. Oh, it was mood music, guys. Welcome, Creative Moments with Dorinda. Hi, welcome. Cheryl sneaking cookies to Holly. You guys are crazy. Uh-oh. No handing out special brownies either, guys. Janice said it looked like the theme from Jaws. Dun 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 dun. Hi, Lynn J. Did I miss a ready? Or is everybody still steadily working? My ant bites or scorpion bites or whatever they are so much better on my feet, but they still hurt. They're better than they were, but I'm sitting here thinking those Band-Aids need to be changed. Those Band-Aids. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Now the Dalton gang's going to be singing. We got to sing. We're going to be here till the end. All right. Sharon gave a ready. I'm going to call another prompt. All right. Oh, I got two. Put that one back. All right. Stencil. It doesn't say what color. It doesn't say what to stencil or anything. It just said stencil. So I'll leave the stencil choices up to y'all and the color. Still have my big stencil binder over here, so I'm going to use some of the ultra deep blue, and I want to find a stencil that'll cover the whole page easily. Let's see. Kind of sick of triangles. I've been looking at triangles a lot on those envelopes I did. Use this And I'm not going to dab tonight. I'm going to kind of just brush it on instead. All right. I'll go get rid of these and I'll be right back. Okay. I'm going to get back over here from getting rid of that stencil and y'all will be saying ready. Journey says she keeps wanting to do her own thing instead of the prompts. £75, Joyce. Oh my goodness. Is the scale right? I can't drink coffee tonight. I'd love some, but I can't. I've got to get up, take Bernadette to the groomer in the morning well, I don't have to be there till 11, but I've got to get up and be awake enough to drive. Just keep trying, Journey. And at the end of a prompt session, you can do anything you want to your piece of work. That's what we always say, is you can change it up if you want to. This is one of my favorite colors. And then there's another one, I think it's called Ink. And it's a deeper blue than this even. It's gorgeous. I think I still have some over there. If we get another prompt that calls for color, I might use a little of that. Well, it scares us too, sweetheart. I have the opposite end of the problem. I weigh 40 to 50 pounds too much. All right, Ruth has said ready, so I'm going to go ahead and call the next one. You have that paint color, that dark, dark blue. It's really pretty. I really like it. We love you, Joyce. Take care. All right, I'm going to pull this next one if I can get just one. I think that's one. Okay. Add something that makes you smile. Add something that makes you smile. Green makes me smile. Green. I'm going to add some green. Some earthy green. And I'm just going to take and pick up just a tiny bit with my palette knife, real tiny line, and just scrape it here and there. And that's what I'm going to do for something that makes me smile. So that can be anything in your stash that every time you use it, it makes you smile. All right. Keep in mind, there's going to be 8 more prompts on top of this. Hey, Beth. I like that. High sentimental journey, Giovanna said. I am on, that was number 5, right? Add something that makes you smile. I forgot to write it down. Prompt 1 was add masking tape and then remove it after your last prompt. Number 2 was use markers. Number 3 was add a book page. Number 4 was use a stencil. And number 5 was add something that makes you smile. Jennifer. Uh-oh. I really love how my ATC a day little book came out. I did a flip on my channel here, but I just love how this binding works. Thanks to Lisa and Tanya, I learned this, and Jerry Bellini. So it looks, and I like how it lays flat like that. So cool. And I just used some thrifted DMC floss to put it together. Just turned out so cool. It was just sitting here, made me think of how neat it was. Oh dear. Hi, Lynn. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow the chat. I think everybody took their vitamins today. Everybody's in good frame of mind and joking and carrying on. All I did was a flip of the journal. I did not sew that together on camera. I didn't realize how long that was going to take to do 30 pages plus the 2 pieces for the cover. It took me almost the whole time Lisa and Tanya were on yesterday, it seemed. All right, Christy's saying ready. Yes, you may, Lynn. All right. Here we go. This is prompt 6. If my fingers will let me get it open. Oh my goodness. Use green or aqua. That's funny. Use green or aqua. I think I'm going to go to something a little bit more aquamarine. Yeah, it's the slip knot binding that we did with Jerry and Tanya and Lisa that time. That was the binding we used on the little card book that we did. Hi, Roy. How are you tonight? You're sewing tonight? Yes, I got a full house. We got 60 in here. Welcome, everybody. All right, Mary's calling for an alternate, or she's going to rebel. So hang on. Let me pull another one. Okay. Alternate for number 6. Hang on. Gesso out an area. Will that work for you, Mary? Okay. I'm going to get my aqua and let Mary do her gessoing. Oh, I got 2 trays instead of 1. Just gonna spray some water in one well and then put paint in the other. Trying to get paint on my masking tape so I have a little bit of the color everywhere, because you know when we remove the masking tape, then there'll be open areas where there wasn't before. Good enough. I got out way too much paint. But we'll leave it because we never know. We might need to touch that back up. All right. It really is a different color than what's already on there. It's just not showing up too good. I'm going to dry a little. Thanks for putting the prompts in. Yeah, the blue is Decawar Americana Ultra Blue Deep. And then I just put aqua on there. Heat gun alert. Welcome to everybody that's new popping in. We're halfway through a Dirty Dozen session of prompts where we do 12 prompts and we end up with dirty fingers and sometimes our computer and sometimes our clothing, and yeah, sometimes the paint and stuff goes everywhere. Sometimes we have a big boo-boo and a lid comes off and we dump paint or gesso or glue or something everywhere. All right, I'm seeing some readies. So I'm going to pull number 7. add some paint. 7 is add some paint. Anybody want an alternate? Or are you okay with that? Alternate? Okay. Alt. The alternate is add torn paper. I'm going to pull another one because I don't want to do that one either. So 7 will have a couple alternates. All right, let's see what this one says. Words. All right. I think I have an all over kind of, it kind of looks like writing stamp, and I think that's what I'm going to use on here and just plop it down here, there, and everywhere. See, it kind of looks like writing, but isn't. I will call it words, and I'm going to use it. Y'all will laugh at this. The other day, I opened the StazOn, and I was inking and inking and inking, and I picked the stamp up, and I plopped it down. Nothing. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to take the little plastic thing off. I had inked it good, so I bet there's a ton of ink in the lid. Doesn't look like much printed off. I don't have a piece of foam underneath here either. Yeah, I should do that. You can't really see anything, but I can see some little marks, so I'm happy with it. I'm beginning to think this thing might need to retire. So I don't think it's doing much anything. And I can always add, you can always go back in and add more words later, which I might do. You know, the words I put on at the end, a quote or whatever. I do have this create that I carved in August of last year. I might just use it. See if my stays on will work on here. It's not even showing. It's like evaporating into the background. It's kind of there. I was going to ask you guys if you like it when like Mary and I and Beth and Lisa and Tanya all can get on at the same time and do like a hangout. Do y'all kind of like those events? I don't know what we're going to do if everybody likes it and we need to like rotate around from channel to channel and then they switch it up. I don't know. We'll figure out what YouTube's doing, I guess. Lisa loves to do them. I love to do them too. I think they're a lot of fun and we get a lot of good feedback. And I enjoy having Barb on too. And anybody else that wants to come on. Jerry, I hadn't seen Jerry in a while, but I know she was really sick. Christy likes it when we all get together. So we'll have to schedule it up. Okay, I'm going to quit trying to get words on here. It's like it's just going away down into the depths, but that's okay. We're going to bury it anyway in the next few prompts. Doing words is hard when you're trying to stamp because you got to make sure they're backwards. Hi, Curly T. Hi, Carlana. StreamYards. Now that's one I haven't heard of. Giovanna says it's all good. All right, Sharon's giving me a ready, and I'm ready. So I'm going to pull up number 8. Let's hope it's something not paint related. Please be something else. We're almost done here. We only have a few more left. Okay, add a tree. That's not going to work for me because unless I add a tree at the end, when they're down into ATC size, I'm going to pull an alternate. Sharon says alt. Okay, this is one that's on a long piece of paper. All right. Draw uneven lines, thick and thin, long and short. Well, I've already got a bunch of lines, so I'm going to pull another one, but y'all can do that one if you want. And another alt for 8 will be, I don't like using these little teeny pieces of paper. Add hearts. There you go. Add hearts. And I think what I'm going to do is think I'll just hand paint some hearts on here. Oh, that's horrible. No AC. That would be awful. I just can't imagine that. But of course, you know that the vehicle's open, but I think our mail people have them, have air conditioning. Chat's moving awful fast. Have I missed something? What kind of red is this? Americana Santa red. It's Santa red. Oh, that's horrible. Felt so bad for my mail lady today. I got up to the counter and I was listening to a lady before her, and I was just listening into the conversation standing in line, and I was totally confused. Apparently the lady was getting a new mailbox and her old mailbox was still getting mail, and it was just all confusing. The poor mail lady is, I just need to know which box you want held and which one you want. I don't want you to do none of this with this. And it's like, oh my goodness. Just say what you want them to do. Don't tell them the life story of everything, why you're doing it. Just tell them exactly what you want done so they can make sure to follow through. It was just confusing. I'm turning the paper so that I don't have to worry about the direction of the hearts, because most of them are going to get chopped up anyway when I chop this into 2.5 by 3.5. I think that's good enough. All right. Oh, goodness. Well, I also added a little water bath, and it thinned it out a little bit. Hi, Gloria. We got 4 more prompts, and then we'll chop this up. We're doing great on time. It's just now 9 o'clock. Okay, Sharon's ready. I'm going to pull the next one. I had thought about gluing hearts down, but I didn't want to wait for glue to dry. Prompt 9. Oh. I'm not going to use these again. These are too hard to open for me. All right. Stamp with a household item. So you can stamp with anything you can come up with. Bubble wrap, anything that's out of the household. Stamp with a household item. I'm going to take the 2 paint colors that I got too much out. I'll scoop them out of here, kind of mix them together, and then do my curler stamp. Stamp with the curler. Make circles. See what color I get with Santa Red and Aquamarine. Probably purple. A purplish bluish color. Let's see here what we're going to get. It looks like grape. It's the grape ape. It's not picking anything up anymore. Uh-oh, I splattered some stuff on my... Oh, well. That'll be interesting. There we go. Picked it right up. All right, this is not doing too well. I'll just... Let's see what I can pick up here. Good enough. Oh, is Lynn gone? Bye, Lynn. She's probably long gone while I was doodling about. All right, my paper's trying to escape. That was number 9. I go from sweating to this thing just freezing me to death. It's like right there. And it blows straight on me. All right, Anna's ready, so I'm going to pull number 10. I'm going to pick up like 6. Add butterflies or bees. Number 10, add butterflies or bees. Everybody good with that? Alternate or rebel? Out of Mary. Okay. Here you go. Red and blue. Will that work, or you want another one? I have to close these things. They're blocking me. That works? Okay. Red and blue. Red and blue. I think I'm just going to, I don't know what. She wants gold, Becky. She said red and blue would work. Red and blue. Red and blue. Red and blue. How much more red and blue do I need? I might do the bees. And I might add them at the end. I might stamp my bee out on separate paper or a butterfly and put it on top of this. That's what I'll do that. I'm going to just hold the butterflies and bees till the end. I'll give you guys a chance to do. Or I might pull another alternate to see what it was. Let's see what it is. If I pull another alternate for 10, it is add lines. That I could do. I might do add lines, but not in red and blue. I'm going to pull in a different piece altogether. I'm going to make lines with bright copper. Lisa's favorite. Yay, copper, Lisa says. Yay. Roy says he's getting all zen, cutting 2-inch strips for rolls, snippet rolls. Yes, I'm going crazy with copper lines. It's all good. Howard's massaging the front door, so let me go let him in, and I'll be right back. Hang on, Howie, I'm coming. I'll come open the door for you. Tippy's already in here and put himself to bed. And Callie, she's not been coming in as much because of the DOG. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I know. You want to come in, get some supper? Go ahead. All right. Is it Nick the Booksmith? Is that her name? She had a really fast and quick or something snippet roll. She made a really long one. All right, we have just 2 left. $66 in here. Welcome, everybody. And you can add buttons and metal charms and pins and lace bits and doily bits and all kinds of stuff to them. You can make them with paper or fabric, Susan said. Cluster dolls. Oh, they're much easier than a dirty dozen for you. If anybody is interested, Jordan Fabrics, YouTube, they are doing, Donna's got a mini rail table runner tutorial using Cafe Facet quilt giveaway. They're having a Cafe Facet quilt giveaway. I think you have to go to their blog to enter their giveaway. So you can glue or sew on a snippet roll. Flowers. How's everybody doing? We're getting close to the end here. That baby wipe left all kinds of fur on the table. All right, Sharon's ready, so I'm going to go ahead and call 11. Let's hope it's something good. Let's see. Bubble wrap. I can do bubble wrap. I think I'm going to use this cream paint that's right here. I would love to alternate or rebel from Mary. Okay. I would love to, but I don't think Scott's going to go for it. He's really dragging you guys. That last week, and then we're going right back down this week to work on the house. Next weekend's our off weekend, so. All right, make some texture from a household item. Alternate 1 is texture from a household item. You want another one? It's only open 3 days each month. It's open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I believe, is all, and that's all they do. And it's an old textile mill, and what they do is they go all around the world and they buy up fabric. They have silks, real silks, for $10 a yard. Doodle. Second alternate for 11 is Doodle. I'm going to do the bubble wrap, and I'm going to use this cream right here. Can you use the Doodle, Mary? Can you doodle, doodly, doodly, doodly? Doodly doo. Doodly doo. I'm going to use this bubble wrap right here. I think I'm just going to leave it right there. I did the bubble wrap. It's looking very patriotic here. I got a spot that's got missed there. I haven't decided yet. I might just get some red spray out and spray the whole thing with red spray. Because, yeah, we got to lift all the masking tape up after this next prompt. See what we have. By accident, Joyce bought some pure silk thread. She's not sure what to do with it. You could use it in clusters, make it look like a big glob of thread and put it down and then put a button on top of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. No! Once I'm done tonight, I don't want those things anymore. Because my strips aren't straight. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Oh, it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was expensive. embroidery or tassels, Susan said. I'm going to have to find something to stick my, I'll have to get a piece of wax paper, I guess, to stick my strips of masking tape on. I might wait until I've got it cut apart to see how the real white areas fall. And I can put my quote that I'm going to put on the artist trading card in that spot on the cards instead of using these. I always like to put a little quote or a word or something on them that makes them all uniform. So everybody will get kind of the same one. That would be an expensive pork loin. Yep, Barb loves some elephants. I got her that little bag at the thrift store the other day. I couldn't pass it up. Silk thread would be beautiful to embroider if you were doing a all silk crazy quilt. Wouldn't that be pretty? Yep, I think all the little elephants on that little purse have their elephant trunks up. How's everybody doing? All right, Sharon's ready. All right, I'm going to stir these around. See, we got all these left, but we only need one prompt to finish. Let's see what, I was going to say something ugly, but let's see what it's going to give us. Oh, stripes. I'm going to pull an alternate. I've got so many lines on here already. Stripes alternate is this one. Add fiber or lace. Now see, I can do that after I cut these up. Add fiber or lace. I will do that after I chop them up. Will that work for everybody? Here's another one, another alternate. 11 was bubble wrap, alternate texture from a household item, or doodle. This one just says use a Sharpie. I always use a Sharpie. 10 was add butterflies or bees, or use red and blue, or use add lines. What, Howie? Howie. Howard. Beth says pull the tape up and write if you want to. All right, I'm going to pull my tape up because I'm going to do my last prompts after I cut this up. I'm going to stick it on the back of this bubble wrap here. That'll work. Well, it probably would have been easier if I had gone from one edge to the other. Howie! Howie! It's pretty tape. Uh-oh. What? darling. Huh? They can't hear how pitiful you sound. Well, I'm having trouble seeing the ends of the masking tape. That's what's bad. The tape's pretty. Note to self, make sure part of your tape hangs off the edge of the paper for next time that this prompt comes up, so you can see it. What? What is it, Howard? Out. Please. Come here. Sorry, guys, I'm concentrating here. It's just not doing here. I think I got some Mod Podge on the edge of that one. I think that's all of them. Let me let the mister. Your cat hears Howie fussing. Howie, you're upsetting Ann's cat. I know you want to go out. Okay. The other day I pulled up in the yard and he had a 2-foot-long black snake playing with it. The snake didn't look too happy about it. Let's chop it up and see what happens. Alright, so I've got some bits hanging off of paper. Let's chop them off first. That green I put on there is just about disappeared off the thing. Alright, so you do two rows at the 2.5 this way. 2.5 and 2.5. And then this one you cut at 3.5. And then we'll cut 2.5. Lisa's group has a new photo. Oh no. I don't like them to bring the gifts in the house. That's for sure. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Sharpie, as they said on there, to do as one of the alternates for the last one. See if I can find my fat marker. I've about used this one up, I think. I might have to dig another one out. See if this one's any better. Yeah, that one's better. So you can use any of the alternates as additions to your, hi Erin, to your artist trading cards. You can go back and look at the list that we just did, if you wrote them down or you remember them, and just add to your artist trading cards any of that stuff. So that's all I had planned to do tonight. I think I'm going to take Bernadette out to walk. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. I think Doodle was one of the alternate prompts that can be used. So I might go in and just doodle some on these. Maybe do some of my multi-layered letters. And just come up with a word and fill the white spaces with that funny lettering that's, you just make the letters fit the space. I might do that for the white spots. But I have a couple that don't have any white spots on them. So this is about as fun to watch as watching paint dry, isn't it? You like the big white slashes on them? I'm trying to think of how I want to decorate these. Sometimes I have to wait till the next day to figure out what I want to do. That's why I never film it. I guess I could film finishing it off the next day and just put it up as a standalone video. I'm trying to do some shorter videos because I know I've got some folks that come to watch the shorter videos, and I've kind of neglected that end of the whole thing. This is just so much easier to come on and play. And editing videos takes forever. I'm going to look and see if they've got these wide chisel tips like this in any other colors than black. And I'll also take, when I do this, hold it so that if I slip, it'll go to the back, and just do the edge. And you wouldn't think that would do anything, but it gives it a nice finish when the edge doesn't look white. And that's how I'm going to finish the edges off on them. Goodness, got so many folks in here. Welcome. 61 people in here. So I'm going to work up some ideas for next week. I need to work on the borders, and I'll check and see what you guys share. If you did the borders that we did at the beginning, sketchy borders, and I will get an album started. I've got to get the photos off my phone. My phone was complaining that it was just about full, so I need to go through and see what I can delete that's, you know, not a very good picture, and get the photos off the phone. Thankfully, there's only 10 of them when I do a 9 by 12 piece of paper. I need to go back and do some prompt sessions from a couple folks, so I have some cards to give away. That might be something I could do as a short standalone video. It's just a short 10 prompt session, and just film it and put the prompts in the description box, so that there's some videos on my channel for those that don't want to sit through a 2 or 3 hour thing. So any questions about tonight or ideas for next week? I'm going to edge this one, and then I'm going to look at chat and wrap it up, I think. Take the puppy out for her walk. I can't just let her out because we don't have a fenced yard. She'd get herself in a pickle because she can't see. She can definitely see lights and darks, but she can't make out shapes. Well, at the beginning, I'm going to finish these after I sign off. We did our border. I'll show you the borders we did. But I did these ATCs. And I'm going to come up with something. I really like the white too. And we came up with a list of ways to make paper dolls and got Mary on a roll. And she was coming up with all kinds of cool ideas. So I'm going to have to go back and watch this video again tomorrow morning and pull off all the ideas that popped up. These were the borders that Janet came up with. She did the ones with me, and then she added 3 more. And there's a picture of this on the group. This was my sketchy borders from last week. And then these are the ones we did tonight. We did a candy border, a star border, a barbed wire border, a heart vine, a leaf vine, stripes, candles, and those are supposed to be grapes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think I'm going to get off here and clean up and take the puppy out. I call her a puppy. She's 11 years old. And she needs me to be her seeing eye person. So I will catch up with you guys at a later date. Unless somebody's got something to share with me that they need me to know about. I don't have any more lives myself planned for this week. So watch for maybe a couple shorter videos. And I will see you guys next week, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, next Wednesday. Bye.